How they hung, everybody? Like my new intro? Yeah, everybody's got their own intro, you know. What it is, what's up, bros, what's cracking. I want my own intro because I always just say, "What's up?" or "How's it going?" That's kind of boring. So I'm going with how they hung, and if you understand that reference from what movie that is from, you're good in my books. So after I finished the show last night and the story fresh in my mind, except for the characters' names, I can't remember names for shit because I'm fucking stupid. I only remember our main character's name, Nozomi. Now, I'm gonna say right away for this short thoughts video, I guess I could call it a review, but it's not gonna be as long as a review. What I could say, and it's gonna piss a lot of people off, it's not a great show. Okay? I feel the dislikes coming fast. It's not really as great of a show. Okay? It seems to me, at least, and I have not read the manga. I know that there was a manga that started running in 2013, I believe. I haven't read it. I don't know what it's like. But for the anime's sake, it seems like it is leaning a lot further towards fan service. That that just seems how it is. Okay? And I'm not complaining about that. I'm not going to complain because you're not a regular guy if you complain about something like that, okay? But the fact that it really you just can't take the show seriously. I could not take the show seriously through the whole thing. The this this unnatural speed that what's her name gets when she gives herself a wedgie, the fucking twisting the nipples to like I'm not saying that I hated the show, okay? I'm just saying it's not a great show. It's average at best. I actually already reviewed it or I rated it on my anime list. You could go check that out. I might put the link in the description, I don't know. But I only gave it a 5 out of 10, cuz it's just an average show. Now, the show is about Nozomi who dreams of being one of the best and richest Keijo players. That's actually something that did interest me quite just a little bit. Like usually people just want, they want to be famous, they want to be the best at what they do. She just wants to be rich, and you can't really complain about that. I just want fucking money. Um so she goes to train, become a Keijo player, with multiple other characters that you get to know along the way, and they're all in different classes. Now, her class goes down to Kyoto to train with professional Keijo players, and she still fails. Yeah, remember the turnip scene? She tried pulling up all the turnips. She failed every single one until the end. So, she is made out to not really be that great of a Keijo player, and I do feel like that is kind of the case because I think out of all of the characters, the best Keijo player was actually um fuck. See, I can't remember names. I'm so bad with names. I have a horrible memory. But it's the girl who liked going around and, molesting the other girls. I feel like she was actually probably the best because, she used her strategies well. Same with the girl who was previously a judo competitor. Or not really a competitor, I don't think, but she did train in judo. And she was also very good Keijo. racer. I don't know why they call them racers. It's more like fighting. It's more like a battle. And I feel like they were both better than Nozomi, just to be honest. And I did enjoy the character development very well throughout the story. I do feel like the previous judo trainee, I do feel like her character developed quite well. I got more and more engaged in her story and where she came from as the show progressed. Now, the thing that would have made Keijo much more interesting is if they didn't take your average route in a sports story. You have a bunch of people who are training in a sport or who have lost their game, basically. They lost everything that was good about their performance in the game, and they're training back up to be the best. They're both training to be the best. They lose the first tournament, so they come back. They lose the second tournament, and then they come back and they win the final tournament. It's expected. Now, if in Keijo, if they lost the last tournament as well, they lost all 3 tournaments, but they were more determined in the second season, if they were more determined to really be better, and if a second season of Keijo does come along, and they do make them better, and they make them win all 3 tournaments, they show them the mass amount of training with these professional Keijo players. I feel like that would be interesting if they had lost the last tournament, because it was completely completely predictable that they were going to win the final tournament. So, I mean, there's not really a whole lot for me to say about the show. If you've seen multiple sports anime or some sports movies, you know, you're going to kind of see what the story, like the story before the tournaments. Okay, you had some interesting bits in there, some interesting backstory and how the characters get along with each other. But by the time you get to the tournaments, by the time you get to the second half of the show, where everything starts picking up, it becomes predictable. So, I already said that I gave it a rating on my anime list of 5 out of 10. I don't care. You can leave all the hate in the comments that you want. It's expected because I know how much this show is loved. And I will say once again, for the story, it's quite average. The show itself was very average. The fan service, I'm not going to complain about the fan service, though I do feel like they overdid it, you know, a couple of levels. They overdid it a couple of levels simply just to keep everybody engaged and coming back just to see some more ass, you know. They could have done more for the story, but this is just my thoughts, you know. I should, if I could edit, I should put on the screen, in my opinion. I should just put that as the thumbnail for every one of my videos that I have an opinion in. Just so that people don't go in the comments telling me, you're wrong, this of course is right, just because it's your opinion and you think it's right. My opinion, in my mind, I think my opinion is right. In your mind, you think your opinion is right as well. So, yeah. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Twisms. I just robbed Blasphemous HD of his outro. I'm sorry.